This is Hannibal here from thehannibaltv.com, and I am live with former WWE and WCW superstar Virgil, who's also former $1 Million champion. How are you doing tonight, sir?
Yeah, how you doing, man? I was just called WWF. It wasn't no WWE. It was WWF.
What's
World
the
Wrestling
difference?
Federation.
What's the difference?
Talent. Okay, WWF had all the talent in the world. WWE gets all flaky. Okay.
Yeah.
In WWF, we came to sell our houses everywhere. We had to go to stadiums. Okay. So why not, right?
Do you watch it anymore? Because it's not the same as you mentioned.
It's not the same program. I watch it here and there. You know what I mean? Yeah, like if they have like they got SmackDown on Friday, right? And got Raw on Monday. Okay.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, if I ain't doing nothing, on Wednesday I watch NXT, and then I switch on over and I watch what's the thing with Cohen's kid?
Oh, AEW. You've been on that,
AEW,
haven't you?
huh?
Didn't they use you not too long ago?
Yeah, I went down there. That Chris Jericho got me a shot down there, so I went on down there.
How was that experience?
It was something different, man. Like you see a bunch of the old dogs from WCW down there. You know what I mean? You see them all down there. Arn Anderson to whatever, Dean Malenko. Okay, you see them all down there, and you see the guys who were with the WWF then, or down there.
How did you get along with Cody Rhodes? Did you meet him when you were there?
Cody was always cool. I mean, like, cool guy. I was always real good with Dustin Rhodes. Okay, I was cool with Dusty Rhodes. You mean?
Is it true that your name Virgil was given to you as a rib for Dusty?
Yeah. They use it as a rib. Vince used it as a rib on me. Okay, when I came to the WWF, he called me Virgil. Okay, that was a hit on the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Am I right? Okay, and then when I went down to WCW, they hit me with another rib, which was Vincent, which was Vince McMahon. I didn't care. All they do is just pay me.
Yeah, I heard you were making like 150 grand a year in WCW.
Yeah, you couldn't beat that, right? It went for 12. It went for 12 years. And look, and we didn't have to do. All we had to do was one TV tape in a week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like you're on the road every damn day. You know what I mean? Can't beat that.
Was that the easiest job you ever had in wrestling?
That's pretty easy, man. That's pretty easy.
How did you get into wrestling in the first place?
You see, I wrestled at the University of Iowa. I was a college wrestler, okay? And I didn't know nothing about pro wrestling. The guy who really helped me out was Tony Atlas. Tony seen me somewhere like, I think it was like a bodybuilding competition. That's where Tony ran. I ran into Tony at, you mean? And Tony told me, like, I can get you in the WWF. I said, well, he said, I can. And I said, okay, go make some money. You mean? And then all of a sudden, Tony gave a call to Vince McMahon, and Vince took a look at me, and Vince talked to me, and they flew me up to Stamford, Connecticut. You mean? And then he sent me all the way down to with Jerry Lawler in Memphis, Tennessee. In Memphis, and down there, I was tagged up with Rocky Johnson, and down in Memphis, Tennessee, me and Rocky Johnson won the tag team titles, and then all of a sudden, like I was down about 2 months, and Vince shot me back up, flew me back up from Memphis, Tennessee, all the way to LaGuardia Airport. A limo took me from LaGuardia Airport up to Stamford, Connecticut. And when I went to the office, a guy was in there with blonde hair named Ted DiBiase. He said, Mike had a good career in pro wrestling. I mean, college wrestling. I said, I think we're here for the same thing. And then Andre came out and pointed at Ted and pointed at me and said, come on in. And we went and talked to Vince McMahon. And Vince McMahon said, Ted was 32 years old then. And I was like 17. And he said, I got a 17-year-old kid here and a 32-year-old man. And he looked at me and hit me right in my chest and said, don't fuck my money up. He put $132 million into us.
So when you were in Memphis, did you have any heat with Jerry Jarrett? Because I heard a rumor there was some friction with you and him.
Jerry Jarrett or Jeff Jarrett?
Jerry, Jeff's father.
I didn't have no heat with Jerry Jarrett. You mean?
Okay.
If he did, like, thing covered though, the heat up.
It was Sid that told me that, so he could have been exaggerating.
Yeah, I didn't know I had too much heat. You mean? I didn't seem like I had none. You mean? They put the belts on me in Rocky Johnson. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, I got a call. It was my mother got a call from Vince McMahon, and they said they wanted me to come up to Stamford, Connecticut.
How was Rocky Johnson to work with? He passed away, unfortunately, last year.
I mean, like, The Rock was like, Rocky Johnson was big then, man. You mean? Got bigger and bigger. He wasn't ripped up like when he was Tony Atlas, you mean? And he was a totally different guy, man.
Were you sad when you found out he passed away?
It was something, man. Like, man, I was really sad for The Rock, you mean? That his old man passed away, and he couldn't really get to see Dwayne really do his thing, you know what I mean?
You were saying that you just found out today that Bad News Brown passed away, which was all the way back in 2007. Were you close with him?
No, I mean, Bad News was a pretty cool guy, you mean? And I didn't even know he passed away. Like, I didn't know Mr. Fuji passed away. This guy right here told me what guys were gone. I didn't know.
Did Mr. Fuji ever play any ribs on you?
Oh, he tried to play ribs anyone, you mean? But I was ready for all the ribs, you mean?
Yeah.
You got to be ready, you mean? And I had the best of the best telling me what ribs were Hulk Hogan, you mean?
So, Hogan was friends with you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Terry Bollea was real cool with me, you mean?
What's he like outside of the ring?
Cool guy, man. Real cool guy.
Mm-hmm. And I guess you got to be friends with him because you were working with him so much.
Yeah. Me and Ted worked with, it was Hogan, Savage, Hogan, Piper, Piper and Savage, you mean? Hogan, Austin, Piper, you mean? It went like through all of it, you mean?
Were you disappointed when you were hired by WWE that they just wanted to make you a manager at first and a bodyguard?
I didn't care. You mean, I didn't know nothing about the pro wrestling, so why not learn it, okay? And I had two of the best teachers in the world teaching me, okay? It was Tito Santana, a real good teacher, and Rick Martel, one of the best teachers in the world. You mean? You can't pass that up.
How was the $1 Million Man to work with? We always hear that, well, he has a lot of controversy about him. So was he good to you?
Oh, he's a good guy, man. He's a cool guy. Real good guy. Uh-huh. He show you, I mean, he can tell you when you miss a punch or if a punch isn't laid in right, you mean? Do it right, you mean? So you can't beat that. You know what I mean?
And I guess because they gave him the gimmick of the $1 million man, Vince McMahon
Yeah.
treated you guys differently with your travel. You got to
Right.
travel first
Well,
class.
we flew first class everywhere, everywhere. Okay, and we went on the first team. We went around the world. Okay, it wasn't just in the United States. We went around the world, and and wherever we were at, the money we was throwing out was our money. Okay, and we rocked and rolled it, man.
What
You
on
saw people.
average would you spend like in a day? Like if you're going for dinner, did they pay for your dinners at fancy restaurants
Oh
too?
yeah, you eat the best restaurants in the world. You ate at. You ate anything you wanted to eat. Okay, and then you can buy food for other people. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, sometimes Ted paid for meals for like 15 or 20 other guys.
That's pretty good. So you must have been well liked for that.
Yeah, and then they show why they really call him the $1 million man. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, for sure. Now you always had a better physique than the $1 million man. I guess you didn't train with him. I guess you probably went to the gym when he was
Oh
still
yeah,
sleeping.
man, I said Jack, man, I was used to hitting the gym myself. You mean hitting the gym in the morning, early in the morning, and hitting the gym late at night. You mean?
What was your favorite match from that time period when you were managing? Would it have been the SummerSlam at Madison Square Garden?
Oh, it always got to be the garden, man. The garden is the main thing everywhere. You mean? You can rock the garden, you can rock anywhere. No-
How was Andre the Giant to work with?
Oh, great, great, man. He was a great guy, man. And and I'm sorry that he passed away like it happened. You mean like because Andre was a younger guy, man. He passed away like about 48 years old. You mean? He wasn't an old dog or nothing like that. You mean?
Did he ever take you out drinking or anything with him?
No, I never drank, but I came to some bars where him and Ted and the guys were in there, and Andre's had big pictures with Jack Daniels and like Remy Martin and stuff in there. I remember one time we brought Andre back. He couldn't even move out of a bar, so we got about 25 guys, and we carried Andre and we put him on the cab and got in all the cars, and we brought him back to the hotel. And I got big flasher lights and about 40 big pillows and made a whole bed for Andre with three big pillows. I laid him. I said, make sure we lay Andre on his stomach in case he start puking. He puke all over the floor and wouldn't get strangled by his own puke. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that would be a pretty big mess coming from a giant.
Yeah. And if it puked on the ground, okay, it just flow on the floor. But if it's on his back and he pukes, okay, he can choke off his own puke.
Did he thank you for that when he woke up?
Oh yeah, Andre's a real good guy, man. Real good guy.
How was the Ultimate Warrior backstage?
Who's Jim Hellwig? Jim was a
Yes.
good guy, man. He's a cool guy. A cool guy. And man, when I heard that he he passed away like in California, his wife and his little girl ran across the street. They go over to his car, and then Jim went across the street, and when he got halfway across the street, he just dropped dead in the middle of the street. I don't know what caused him to have a major heart attack like that.
Macho Man's another guy that had a heart attack,
Yeah,
something like that, and he passed away. How was
yeah.
your experience with him?
Oh, Randy Savage is a cool guy, man. Good guy. Good guy, man.
Did you ever notice anything like there's some rumors out there that he was not treating Elizabeth that great? Did you ever notice anything like that?
I really didn't notice it. Like you mean, I really didn't know their personal business. Okay, but every time I seen like Randy around Elizabeth, it was cool. You mean it was no type of disrespect or anything like that. You mean they were like just husband and wife.
Another guy that you worked with was Jake Roberts, who's in AEW now. How was he?
But Jake was laid back, man, pretty cool. You mean he still was pretty over, and people liked him. You mean so? What can you say? You mean um, Jake did a pretty good job. You mean so? Evidently, AEW. I mean, um, was AEW right? That's where Jake is at.
Yeah,
He's doing a pretty good job down there. They like him, and
yeah, he's doing good.
He's helping a lot of them guys out down there working. You mean,
Yeah,
and they can use that help. You mean,
for sure. They should listen to him more, probably.
yeah, yeah. Because Jake, man, Jake knows how to work. He knows how to work, man.
Was it, were you happy when they told you that they were going to break you and Ted up and make you into a singles wrestler?
No, I mean it was pretty cool. I mean, I liked it. Like me and Ted have fun going around the world, man. I mean, you're doing first class everywhere, you mean, but some things, good things, got to come to the end sometimes, you mean, and you rock and roll in it, you mean.
Did you ever date any female wrestlers over the years?
Never, never did, never, never. But like me and Ted just throw that money out, and you have women waiting when you fly into the airport, okay? Be about 40 or 50 women sitting in the stands waiting for you to come on in. You can't beat that. You see women everywhere. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
women be all the different matches and stuff, you know what I mean? And they be waving to you, blowing kisses, opening their legs, showing their panties, showing their brassieres, name it. You know what I mean?
So would that have been the best time for you with the girls in your career when
Oh man,
you had all the money?
that was great, man. That was great. Another great time when I was down with WCW. We did the whole NWO thing. It was great, man.
Was there any towns in particular where there was more girls than others?
How can you pass up New York City? New York City is they got what 28 million people. How can you pass up New York City?
Yeah, I guess. I've never experienced all of that, so good for you. Marty
Yeah.
Jannetty was telling me that you would hang out with him sometimes and you guys would pick up together.
Oh yeah, Marty's a good guy, man. He just like sometimes he gets like really toasted and you get really drunk and uh barely can move around, you know what I mean?
There's a fan on here that wants to know, how did you find wrestling solo after breaking up with $1 Million Man and you hadn't been in the ring for so many years? Were you comfortable being back in the ring?
Where's that? Like being back in the ring when?
Like, you started managing DiBiase for a few years
Yeah,
and you weren't wrestling that much. And then when they broke you guys up, you went back to becoming a full-time wrestler. Were
yeah.
you like just right back into your element, or did
Oh
it
yeah.
take you a little
I got
while?
right on back in and like rocked and roll, man. Cause I forget like I had like little matches with like Tito Santana, Rick Martel. I mean, they helped me out a lot, man. And no one can work like Tito Santana. And no one can work like a Rick Martel, okay? Them guys were really monsters of the midway, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they helped me out a lot, a lot. And I still thank them today when I see Tito or when I see Rick. See, Rick's way over Montreal now, you know what I mean? But I run into Tito here and there, you know what I mean?
Someone's asking if you have heat with Jeff Jarrett. They heard you had heat with Jeff Jarrett.
Not really. I mean, like Jeff's way down in, I don't know where Jeff's at now. You mean? I guess he's still down in Memphis, Tennessee, right?
Probably Nashville, I think, actually.
Is he? Did he move to Nashville? No, I never had no heat with him, man.
I heard he was released from WWE a while ago. He was a producer there.
Was he?
Yeah,
What?
for a while.
Did he produce for Vince McMahon?
For a few years, yeah.
Did he? And what did he do? Shoot, they let him go, huh?
Yeah. They gave him a job after they put him in the Hall of Fame
Oh
for a
yeah.
bit.
I mean, his father had a program down in Memphis, Tennessee, didn't he? Jerry Jarrett.
Yeah, he did for a long time.
Yeah. How long was it still running when Jeff came to WWF and he left there?
It was still running for a while after he came. There was a working agreement for a while with Jerry Jarrett's company and the WWF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They took some of the guys, you mean?
Yeah, it was like a development.
Yeah, they could have been developing down with Jerry Jarrett.
Yeah,
And Jeff could have been the main man down there, right?
for sure.
Is Jeff still living down there?
I don't know exactly, but I assume he must because that's where he has all of his contacts.
Did he? Did Jeff ever get married?
I think he's with Kurt Angle's wife. He took Kurt Angle's wife from him.
Kirk Angle.
Yeah, Kurt Angle used to
I'm
be
talking
married.
I'm talking about the Kirk Angle from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Jeff Jarrett took his wife.
Get the hell out of here. For real?
Yeah,
Get the
I'm
hell
not
out of
joking.
here. Huh?
I'm not joking. It's true.
Damn. I'm surprised Kirk didn't break his ass up, man.
I would like to know the story behind that, but apparently they were both in TNA at the time, and then Jeff had to leave TNA for a while that died down. Because Kurt was bringing his wife backstage, I guess, and that's how her and Jeff met.
No shit. I mean, you mean Kirk Angle's wife is with Jeff Jarrett?
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Ooh, it's true. I don't understand it, but it happened.
You mean Kirk Angle's not married to his wife no more?
No, not that. He might be remarried now.
Uh-huh.
This was about 5 or 6 years ago, I think, at least.
Okay, so he probably divorced that wife right there, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, Jeff married her. Jeff married her after
so
Kurt.
Jeff's married to Kirk Angle's ex-wife.
Yeah.
So Kirk Angle got remarried again.
I think so. But Jeff was with Kurt was still with that woman at the time that Jeff met her.
When Jeff tried to do the fancy huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I would like to know the story behind that.
Hey, Jeff Jarrett's glad Kirk didn't put a foot in his ass. You mean?
Yeah.
I don't think you want to fuck with Kirk Angle. Okay.
No.
Kirk Angle broke Jeff Jarrett's ass up 1,000,000 times, man.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I've never heard that Jeff Jarrett was a shooter.
No, He couldn't shoot with Kirk Angle.
No.
Kirk he got gold in the Olympics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In wrestling, you mean? Yeah.
Did you ever see any backstage fights over the years with wrestlers?
Not really, man. Like the guys come back and they do the talking and do the things and shaking hands and everything's cool, you mean? That's the group we were with, you mean? Everyone was cool with everyone.
You had a few matches with Raven when he was still wrestling as Johnny Polo. How did you like working with him?
Oh, Raven's a good little worker, man. Yeah. He's a good worker.
What about the Repo Man?
Oh, Repo was always pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Repo, the two Minnesota boys tied back up again, you mean? It was Repo and his partner was like, I'm in Pittsburgh and he was down by the Uniontown.
Okay.
You mean? That was Repo Man's partner, you mean?
Yeah.
And I think Repo Man is up in still up in Minneapolis, and his partner is like down like in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh yeah, Bill Eadie.
Yeah, Bill Eadie, right. Bill
Yeah.
Eadie's down in Atlanta, Georgia, man. But a lot of the
Yeah.
guys like used to be in the old WWF or WCW make their home in Atlanta, Georgia.
Where do you live now?
I live in Pittsburgh, PA, man.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Same town as Kurt Angle, I guess.
I guess, yeah. So, same town.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, PA, yeah.
Are you married or anything?
No, I never got married, man. Never got married.
Is it true you were a math teacher at one point?
Yes. I taught math at the same school I graduated from. I graduated from Central Catholic school, but I wasn't Catholic, you mean? And I graduated valedictorian.
Wow.
Yeah. So I could teach my ass off, you mean?
So you got your university degree before you went into pro wrestling.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did anyone ever recognize you? Any of the students when you were back as a teacher afterwards? As
Oh yeah,
Virgil?
they call you by Virgil, you mean? My name is Michael Jones. Okay. They said Mr. Virgil, Mr. Virgil. It's Michael Jones, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did they send you to deal with the bad kids because you were had all your boxing and wrestling skill whenever there was problems?
Not really. Like bad kids didn't want to mess around up in a Catholic school because you mess around, okay, they'll just fine you. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They'll give you a big fine, like a $10,000 fine. What are you gonna do then?
True.
Because when I was in school, when I was teaching there, it was 20,000 to go there a year, 2,000 for your books. When I went to school there, it was only 10,000 a year, 2,000 for your books. How many kids want to mess up $20,000? And then they might kick you out and never want to bring you back to school there.
So it was a private school.
There's a private school, yes, all Catholic school.
Okay.
Yep.
Now you worked with the Mountie. How was he in the ring?
Montie's a pretty cool guy, man. You know what I mean? He knew
Yeah.
how to work. I mean, the Mountie was like, that was up in like, his father had a whole territory up like in just a little bit west of Toronto.
Right.
You know what I mean?
In Quebec.
Yep. And they made some pretty good workers, but like Rick Martell's out that way.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What was it like wrestling Giant Gonzalez?
Some of them guys, man,
Would he have been one of the stiffest guys you wrestled?
you can't like, brother, you work be around Andre the Giant, and you can see Andre's touches like he touches you, it's like a leaf. That's how good he is. Okay, so you see a guy like Giant Gonzalez. Okay, he wasn't bigger than Andre the Giant, but Andre's touch was about 15 times softer than Giant Gonzalez.
Now you also wrestled the original Doink the Clown, Matt Bourne. How was he? He was the best Doink, I think.
Yeah, I think Matt was the best Doink. They had Doinks going all over. You mean remember that one guy, that one kid who was one of the managers, like uh he was a doink.
Yeah, was that Brooklyn Brawler?
Yeah, Brooklyn Brawler. He was a doink, right?
Is it true that the Brooklyn Brawler had a relationship with Pat Patterson on the side?
Got me. I don't even know, man.
Yeah.
I can't. I ain't gonna say nothing that I don't know. You mean? I don't even know.
You always hear about the
I
Brooklyn
heard. I
Brawler
heard
and Jim
about it.
Powers too.
I heard about it, but I've never seen it. Okay.
Okay.
You can see them maybe be around each other. Okay, but I don't know what's happening. You mean?
Yeah.
And I really didn't give a damn. You mean?
No.
It's their. It's that their. That's their business, not mine. You mean?
He did have a job for a very, very long time, the Brooklyn Brawler.
Yes, yes, indeed. And did, and then he got paid for it, didn't he?
Yeah.
So what can you say?
Yeah.
Money's money, right?
Yeah. And he probably didn't have the math degree to fall back on.
Right. So he just rolled with it, right?
Yeah.
I think he's still like, he probably make that little wrestling school or something like that.
Yeah.
Where's he out of?
I think he's out of Michigan, but they finally got rid of him because apparently he was leaking information to the dirt sheets, according to the reports.
No shit.
Yeah.
What kind of dirt sheets was he releasing information to?
I guess Meltzer and them. That's what the reports were. Why he was released.
No shit.
As an agent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was working backstage, so he knew some information. I guess.
And he must know a lot of information. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Vince ain't gonna shoot you off like that. You mean?
No.
Unless you get some good proof. You mean?
Yeah.
Was it Vince that shot him off or who?
I don't know who the one that finally did it, but he had a job for I think over 20 years before that happened.
Fuck, you can't beat that. He had a job and rolled with it, didn't he?
Yeah.
Man.
Was your biggest payday WrestleMania 8?
Was that when me and Ted went at it?
No, I think that may have been WrestleMania 7.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 7.
That was a good payday, WrestleMania 8. Yeah.
Yeah, WrestleMania 8, I think you were in the 4-man tag team.
Oh, me, Brett, Bulldog, and Piper.
Something like that, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a nice payday. You know what I mean? Because Brett can work his ass off, Davey Boy can work his ass off, and Piper can work his ass off. But Piper make you gotta hold your laugh inside your stomach, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Piper make you break out laughing right on national television.
That's true. I think that was Survivor Series, actually.
What, me, Brett and Piper?
Yeah.
Bulldog? Yeah. Now, I knew that was that Survivor Series?
That's what somebody's saying, yeah.
Yeah, because we only have 4 pay-per-views.
Yeah, back in those days.
Yeah, that's all you need. How can you get over with 12 pay-per-views?
It's too much.
Yeah. Hey, look, it takes some guys 5 years to get over. Not just a month. Okay?
Did you hear about all this controversy with Ric Flair lately?
Not really. One of the guys over here was telling me about that action with Flair, you know what I mean? I said, Flair can still work his ass off, you know what I mean? He's like, what? What did Rick do? I mean, he's still like a working motherfucker, you mean? And he's still one of the best workers out.
Yeah. Apparently he was naked, and I guess he was twirling his dick around like a helicopter for some flight attendants.
Like a helicopter, huh?
That's what he said.
No shit.
Yeah.
Man. Long as there ain't no cops there, okay? Long as no cops there, okay? Does any of them girls got no proof of it?
I don't think they have proof. It was settled, apparently. This happened like 20 years ago, and they're only coming out about it now.
They're coming out about that shit now.
Yeah,
It was
this
20
happened in
years ago.
2002.
Damn. Why you bringing some old shit out that don't mean nothing right now? And you try to mess someone up. You mean?
Yeah,
Because Rick's a cool guy, man. You mean? So why try to mess a man up for? I mean, he ain't messing them up.
who was the craziest wrestler that you saw, like in the bars? I know you said you didn't drink, but there were some pretty wild guys in those days.
Yeah, there was a lot of wild guys, man. And a lot of wild guys are still living, you know what I mean?
Definitely. So when you left WWE, you went to WCW pretty
Uh-huh.
soon after.
Yeah.
Who recruited you into WCW?
Know who got me in there? Hulk Hogan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It got me in the WCW. Yep. And we rolled from there, bro. You know what I mean? And I did everything that they wanted to be done. Like Teddy only stayed like a year and they split. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I heard you were very reliable. I heard Eric Bischoff say that
Yeah.
if somebody didn't show up, like a Marcus Bagwell who's
Yeah.
unreliable, they could call you at the last minute
And I come
and
on
you
in.
would be there.
Right. You got to be reliable. You got to be reliable and know what to do. Okay. And I was very reliable. I got that all the way from the WWF. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I made sure a lot of guys got back to their rooms. Okay. Piper was a real good friend of mine. Made sure he got back. He could have been in the bar, blasted. Okay. I made sure he got back to the goddamn hotel. Okay. Rick Rude was a good friend of mine. I made sure he got back to the hotel. Okay.
Could you tell us any stories about Rick Rude?
And like Rick was always a cool guy, man. And that's the only story I can really tell, you mean? Because like I really didn't know his personal business, you mean? To me, he was always a cool guy.
Have you heard the rumors about his death?
No, I didn't.
Okay. There's a weird story going around, but if you haven't heard it, I won't bring it up.
No. Man, Rick was always cool with me, man. You mean?
Now, the thing I remember about you most from WCW was the West Texas Rednecks.
Oh yeah, that was so fucking funny, man. Yeah. With Kirk Hennig up there with Kirk.
Yeah, that was great.
How funny was that shit, man? And who else was down there? Like I think we're two brothers were there. Like remember
Kendall Windham and
yeah,
Bobby
Kendall,
Duncan and Barry
yeah,
Windham, I think.
and Barry Windham, right?
Yeah,
They were both brothers.
yeah,
Or they both are still living, right?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I know the father died, but
yeah. But I think one Wyndham is he still works backstage for the AEW.
I think
You think is that Barry?
Barry's old partner, Mike Rotundo, used to work backstage,
Yeah,
but
I think Barry Wyndham works backstage, man.
yeah, Barry Windham, the last time I saw him, he gained a lot of weight. Million Dollar Man's gained a lot of weight too.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, if you don't keep yourself up, you mean that weight comes on you like a mother. You mean?
Yeah. Now, Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect, working with him with the West Texas Rednecks, was that fun?
Oh, that's fun, man. Yeah, Kirk was always a good guy, man. Kirk
Yeah.
Hennig was always a great guy.
Did you get to actually sing in those songs?
Oh yeah, I used to have fun singing, and our voices sound like dead men walking. You mean
Yeah.
horrible voices? You mean, but it was funny, so might as well have a bunch of laughs, right?
Do you think that they should have pushed that harder? Because I heard that they wanted the Master P's group to actually be the baby faces against the West Texas Rednecks, but you guys got over as the faces,
Yeah,
and they were booing the rappers, And then WCW just threw the angle away.
Yeah, they just threw it away. But they didn't care about the rappers because we were getting over.
Yeah.
We were just singing our old style, you mean? And it got over.
I heard some of those rapper guys were making like 400,000 a year.
Oh yeah, they didn't want to come in making no money in wrestling. Okay, so
Yeah.
they did what old rappers do, like make money. They said forget that, and that's why the West Texas Rednecks and all the stuff went under. You mean that shit shot down, gone. You mean
Yeah.
ain't making no money, so a lot of them guys they all split. They all left.
You were part of the NWO as well. That
Yeah.
must have been pretty good for you.
Oh, that's fun, man. Hey, they still remember you today. They still remember like it was yesterday.
What was your favorite part about being with the NWO?
Well, it was like great working guys with like Kevin Nash, another great working guy, Scott Hall. A great working guy was Ted DiBiase when he was there. And another great working guy is X-Pac. You mean? Pac is a real good guy, man.
Yeah, he's underrated.
Yeah, he's a real good guy, man.
Now, I've heard you say it's not actually you that runs your Twitter, it's your agent, because sometimes he gets you some heat on there, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. That's his name. My agent, Paige Megan.
Yeah.
I mean, and but he's still Paige is a real good guy, man. And he just gives me a little heat to fire it up. You mean?
How did you get along with Booker T?
Oh, Booker's a good guy, man. But me and Stevie was like closer. Stevie Ray, because we were really closer because we were like we were like both doing the same thing. You mean?
Yeah.
We were beginning right in the NWO. You mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you remember the match where it was Hercules getting his freedom on Saturday Night Main Event that you were a part of?
Where Herc was in it?
Yeah.
That was Paul Roma's partner, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
Died
Herc,
real young too.
huh?
He died very young too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm talking about Hercules.
Yeah.
I mean, like you never seen a guy gone like that. You mean? And I think that really affected Paul Roma. You mean? I mean, like guys dropping like that. You mean? And like both of them guys were good guys, man. Paul Roma was a great guy. Hercules was a great guy. Mm-hmm.
Somebody's commenting on here that I guess Bobby Duncombe Jr. did pass away.
Bobby Duncombe Jr.
Yeah, one of the West Texas Rednecks guys.
Oh yeah, I mean that's was that his brother?
That was not one of the brothers. That was like I guess
he's
one of
the
Kurt's guys.
West Texas Rednecks, right?
Yeah.
He passed away then, huh?
Yeah.
And Bobby Duncan was in there with us. Was there like 4 or 5 of us in there?
I think there was 5 because Bobby Duncombe is the one that died. Then there was Kendall and Barry Windham, Kurt Hennig, and you.
They're both Windham boys, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then who was the other kid that passed away?
Bobby Duncombe.
Bobby Duncombe, right? He passed away, and then Kirk Hennig passed away.
Yeah, Kurt Hennig sadly passed away. Yeah.
Oh, Kirk was one of my running partners, man.
Were you shocked when you heard he died?
Oh yeah, man. Brother, it ran me up a tree, man. You mean? And you see all your friends are just dropping like bed bugs. You mean? I mean, it knocks you out. You mean?
Did you ever get to meet Dennis Rodman when he was in WCW?
Yeah, Dennis and 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 the mailman Carl Malone.
Of course.
And I remember telling a lot of the guys, I said the mailman is a fucking athlete. Okay, Rodman is an athlete. Okay, when them guys came into wrestling, they ran like athletes. Am I right?
Yeah.
And they worked like athletes.
Oh, yeah. They were
Rodman,
good. They were
huh?
very good, I have
They
to
were
say, for
very
the
good,
limited
man.
training.
Huh?
For not having much training, they were pretty good.
And they come into a wrestling, and they were star basketball players. They rock wrestling. Can't beat that, can you?
No. What did you think about your theme music in WWE?
Yeah, I thought it was okay. It was funny. You mean?
Yeah,
I had to break it where I would start laughing. You mean?
yeah.
But music's music, and you just got to rock with whatever it is. You mean?
Yeah, what kind of music do you like in real life?
Um, I mean, I like rock. Okay, and then you like the serious music too. You mean?
What was your workout regimen like back in your prime years?
Oh, I should go hit the gym about 6 in the morning for about hour and a half, and I should hit it late at night about 9:30 at night. You mean for about hour and a half.
Did you do anything specific for abs? You always had really good abs.
Oh, I did sit-ups. When you go back, you wake up in the morning, you hit about 150 sit-ups. Before you go to bed, you hit 200. Okay,
Yeah.
and then you may come with you have a dumbbell on your chest, maybe like a 100-pound dumbbell, and you're doing sit-ups with it. Okay.
Now, you had very good footwork. Where did you learn your boxing skills?
Huh? You learn it like both my brothers were Navy SEALs. Okay, that's where I learned a lot of that. And one of my good friends was a major boxer. You mean?
Were you a boxing fan too?
I like to go. I like to watch boxing. You mean? And
Yeah.
it just stayed with me. You mean?
Now, you wrestled Nails as well. How was he in the ring?
To me, Nails wasn't a bad guy. You mean? I couldn't see what people like. They really stocked on him. You mean? Like he was the average guy, like everyone else.
Were you there that day that he attacked Vince McMahon?
No, I don't think I was there that day. Mm-mm. But I heard it. I heard it. All the boys tell you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How was the Berserker to wrestle?
Berserker,
Yeah.
he wasn't too bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, big tough guy as well.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on the passing of Kamala? He had a big battle with diabetes before he passed away.
Oh man, like Kamala, man, like he had like, did he lose one leg or something like that?
He lost both his legs,
He lost
actually.
both the legs, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard, man, when you lose both your legs and then you still got to try to get around. How you gonna get around in a wheelchair all the time?
He was in a wheelchair. Yeah.
Okay, and then Kamala, like he was used to walking on his legs. Okay, so like Kamala probably, like, I mean, it really pissed him off where he's in a wheelchair all the time. Okay, Kamala, like he said, he'd probably be better off going 6 feet under. Am I right?
Well, that's what happened, sadly. And they never put him in the Hall of Fame, and he really wanted to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but like, I mean, like they don't put everyone in the Hall of Fame. You mean?
Yeah.
You, I guess when they got time and they want to put someone in there, they can put someone in there.
Did they put Million Dollar Man in there yet? I
Oh
don't
yeah,
even
he
know.
he, he already been in.
All right.
Yeah,
They should have put you guys in together.
yeah, but you know how that goes. You mean?
Yeah, it's political.
Yeah. What guys get put in, what guys don't get put in. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Someone on here wants to know if you have any stories about the Ultimate Warrior.
No, Ultimate Warrior was a all right guy, man. I mean, he busted his ass. I mean, he banged that iron, okay, and he always came on time to all the matches, okay. So Ultimate Warrior wasn't a bad guy. You mean a lot of guys that are against Ultimate Warrior because they say he was too stiff, okay. But the main thing is he's still racking you in that ring. You mean? And when you work with him, people want to see what you can do against him.
Yeah. Did you ever actually have a match with him?
We did something with Warrior before, like, but it was real quick. You mean?
Yeah.
I think me and Ted did something with Warrior before. I can't. It was real quick. I mean,
Did
Warrior
you
just
have
does his own thing and roll. You mean?
Yeah. Did you ever work with Chris Benoit?
Benoit. Um, Benoit. I don't think I never did nothing with Chris before, man. Now I heard what happened at his house. You mean like holy shit? You mean?
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
How's your head from concussions? They tried to blame that on concussions, but you don't
Was
see
that?
everyone with concussions going around killing their families.
Yeah, but I never had like. I guess I my head like knocked in the head sometime, like, but I never think I really had a real bad concussion or like that. And I never had nothing that rare strange where I put a concussion on hurting someone in my family.
Right.
You mean?
Do you have any stories about the Iron Sheik?
No, I have nothing about the Iron Sheik because I wasn't around the Iron Sheik that much, so I don't know. You mean that like you got to ask guys that were around the Iron Sheik all the time. I was never around him like that. You mean?
Probably better for your health to not be around him.
Yeah. I mean, we had those things in common. Okay, I'm not a drinkaholic. Okay, I'm not a pillaholic. So I wouldn't be around with something like that. You mean? I was around no one taking pills. I was around drinking like a mule.
Right.
Uh-huh.
How did you get along with Coco Beware?
Coco was all right guy, man. He was just laid back and he's all right.
Some people say he has a bit of an attitude.
Well, I mean, like when you're short and seem like everyone else is outweighing you, um, it gives you some type of attitude. You mean?
Yeah.
It pisses you off somewhat a little bit. You mean?
Yeah.
You got to take it in stride and excel on something else. You mean? That's all.
Now, when you went back to the WWE in 2010, how did
Mhm.
that whole situation come about?
It came out like I did something with Ted's son there. You mean? And that's what Vince wanted to do. You mean? And it only lasted about maybe a year. You mean?
Yeah, Ted's son didn't really have very much success.
Yeah,
They tried to push him,
yeah.
but it was a
His
didn't
son,
go.
his son wasn't like the daddy. You mean?
Yeah,
Uh, Teddy Jr. wasn't like Ted Sr. Okay, Ted could work his ass off. Okay, Ted
yeah,
Sr. I'm talking about. You know what I
right.
mean? And he can help everyone else too. You mean? But Ted Jr. is just learning. Okay, he's not like the father. Okay, the father been in territories all over the United States. Okay.
What are your thoughts on steroids? A lot of wrestlers used steroids back in the 80s and
I mean,
90s.
I mean, the best thing I learned on steroids, I learned from my old man. I never took no roids, man. Never. And I could still move that iron. You mean? You got to eat properly, take your vitamins properly, and and rock and roll, man. You don't need no roids to live. You know what I mean? By taking all that stuff, it can just destroy your body.
What was your diet like?
Mostly like had different protein drinks. Okay, I used to try to eat one red meat, like a big like steak in the evening. Um, I had like big bowls of like cereal and milk, and then I had like a nice big steak for lunch. You mean?
Did you take protein supplements as well, or just drink milk?
I drank protein, like a big protein drink. You mean?
Right.
Yeah, I used to take it every day, and I still do it.
Did you do cardio too?
Huh?
Did you do a lot of cardio?
Oh yeah, you get on a bike and start riding it, riding up and down big ass hills. Pennsylvania got a whole lot of big old hills. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it get your legs in shape, get your back in shape, your arms in shape, and your ankles in shape. You mean? Yeah.
Any stories about Haku? Everyone says he's the toughest wrestler ever. I know you
Yeah,
wrestled him.
Aku was a pretty tough old hombre, man. Down in Florida, man. Yeah, but he only got tough on. I mean, if you mess with him, he gets tough on your ass, you man. But usually he's a pretty laid back guy.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
guess you weren't there that night that he supposedly bit somebody's nose off.
No, I never heard of that. Who knows he bite off?
I think it was somebody in a bar.
Ah, well, they shouldn't have been fucking with him. They
No,
should have left his
that's
ass alone, right?
they like to mess. Everyone used to like to call him racist names. Did you experience any racism?
Not really. You mean not really? I never really experienced no racism at all. To me, everyone was about the same Joe Blow guy. Uh-huh.
What was the schedule like in WWE?
We were on the road like 21 straight days, off 5, back out 21.
Did they give you that schedule months in advance so you could plan out?
Oh yeah, we ran 3 crews. One went around the world, one went around the United States, and one went around the United States and Canada.
Yeah. Everyone hated Canada, right? Because the payoffs were lower.
Oh yeah, I mean like the Canadian dollar was way lower than the U.S., but Vince McMahon was pretty cool. He paid you in U.S.
Oh, that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, pretty damn good, right? And when you're over in Europe, okay, you get paid in the pounds. Can't beat that.
No.
The U.S. dollar to pounds, the U.S. dollar was the pound was 2 to 1 to the U.S. dollar. So when you made 1,000 in in London,
Yeah.
it's like 2,000. But when you worked in Ireland, it's like not 2,000, it's 2,300.
How was Goldberg to work with?
Bill's a good guy, man.
Is there anyone in today's wrestling that you would like to be a bodyguard for?
Oh man, I wouldn't. I want to be a bodyguard for like uh, mountain wrestling. I like to be a bodyguard for like my man Donald Trump.
Oh, I didn't know you were a Donald Trump supporter.
Oh yeah, me and Donald was always cool, man. We were always cool. Yeah.
Right, because you would have met him at the WrestleManias.
Hell yeah, I had WrestleMania 4 and 5 at the Taj Mahal in
Yeah.
Atlantic City. He was always cool with me. Yeah, always cool.
Did you have a favorite WrestleMania?
I think my first WrestleMania is famous. I mean, first one, WrestleMania 4, Trump Plaza, Atlantic City.
How's your body holding up these days?
Oh, okay, man. I get up and run every morning, man. If I go to bed, I do like about 110 sit-ups. You know what I mean?
Do you still take wrestling bookings?
Huh? I take mostly. I take like all different signings. You know, not getting back in the ring no more. Forget that.
No.
Forget that shit, man. I ain't gonna go and break my leg and break my ankle, break my knee. You know what I mean? I ain't no fool. I go do different signings in different places. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why go you go there and break your ankle, break your wrist, break your leg? You mean? Okay, you're getting older now. You're going to heal up faster.
I don't blame you.
Faster.
Is there some story about you and Tatanka? There's a fan asking. I don't like Tatanka myself.
Who's Tatanka? Tatanka's a good guy, man. He's always a good guy. You mean?
Yeah. So there was no issue with him and you ever?
No, Tatanka's always a cool guy, man.
Someone's asking your thoughts on the election.
On the election?
Yeah.
The presidential election?
Yeah.
I mean, like Biden won, okay, but I think Trump took him to the limit. Trump took him to the limit, man.
Yeah.
You
It was
mean?
close.
Yeah, Trump didn't play around. You mean? But Trump knows how to. He knows what he's doing.
What was the Undertaker like backstage?
Taker was always a great guy, man. He was always a cool guy. Always.
Yeah.
Always. Why do you think he stayed so long?
Because he drew money.
He drew money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you have a favorite opponent? Would it have been Martel or Santana?
Who? Both of them can work their ass off. They both can work like magic men. You mean?
Yeah.
Martel and Tito Santana. They are both of the best.
Do you have any tips out there for wrestlers that might be watching?
Okay.
On how to be a success?
If you want to be a good wrestler, go to a good teacher. A good teacher is someone like Rick Martel, and another good teacher is like Tito Santana. And they can help you out the best.
Would you ever be a guest trainer or anything for WWE if they wanted you?
A guest trainer? Vince, he has nothing as guests, okay? He has regular trainers. That's what he has.
How did you get the Soul Train name?
Who? Soul Train Jones?
Yeah.
Jerry Lawler came up with that name.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Jerry Lawler's name.
What's your favorite name of all the names you had? Curly Bill and all these.
I think the favorite name was Virgil, where Vince got the name over.
Yeah.
That name got over. They know it. They know it like it's like second day nature. You mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know Chris Kanyon at all in WCW?
Chris Kanyon.
Yeah. No. They just did a big documentary on him. He was Mortis or something as well.
I didn't know him that well, man.
Okay.
And you know who else he doesn't know that well? He doesn't know you, Hannibal. When I told him who we were doing the interview with, he said, "Who's that?" I said, "You know what? Contrary to popular belief, he's not too bad of a guy." And you know what? I regret saying that immediately now.
I'm speechless.
You should be. And you know what? You're also gone.
What?